Hello YouTube, Wycliffe Barrett here, Xplane dedicated. Today we're going to have a look at LGKF Catalonia Airports in Greece version 1.0.0. This has been created by TDG. As you know, he makes numerous airports. I'll put a link in the show notes below to all of his airports. I've placed an image here of Catalonia. On the left hand side you see Catalonia in the default Xplane 11, and on the right hand side Catalonia in the real world. As you can see, there are a number of differences, but it looks vaguely similar with the default scenery. One of the things that TDG often does is he doesn't put enough stands on his airports. I think he forgets that people also fly online and would like to see a number of stands that they can land at, and there are more than 3 stands here at Catalonia, as I have checked out on charts, etc. So 3 stands, 2 GA, 1 airliner, not really quite enough, but we'll get into the aircraft and we'll see what it looks like. As you can see here at the airport, it's a very simple, straightforward regional airport. Kefalonia is an island that was made very famous in the film Captain Corelli's Mandolin, which starred Nicolas Cage quite some years ago. But it's a very typical regional airport in Greece, one main building, so to speak, communications tower, ATC, and that is about it really. Not an awful lot going for it, but it is a nice destination, and lots of aircraft fly out to Catalonia during the summer months from the United Kingdom. TDG is quite handy at creating his airports out of the Lego system, and so you'll need lots of different libraries for this. So you can get all the libraries from the master library list, which is from Xplane.org. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch from default scenery to photo scenery. I've downloaded some photo scenery to put it in, and so you can see what it looks like. I'm just panning out away from the airport here, out over the water, so you can see what that looks like, and then I'm going to put some photo scenery in so you can see what that looks like and how it changes the whole island of Kefalonia. So here we go, photo scenery for you, and quite a radical change, as you can see. Things look a lot different with the photo scenery, but this is not the best photo scenery in the world. There are a number of issues with it, and one of the main issues is the coastline. The coastline has not been drawn that well or that sharply, and also when you get down low, the colours seem to bleed out a little bit, and also the texture or the photo imagery becomes quite blurry, as you can see there in the foreground of the airport. But overall, it isn't that bad. But it looks better when you get higher. So I suppose there are some better ortho photos out there, and you could of course make your own as well if you so wished. But the one that I downloaded from Sim Heaven, I believe, this was about as good as it gets. Once again, just scrolling around the airport, as you can see, there's some nice vegetation. Not enough of it, because when you look at the photo scenery, there is a lot of green around there, lots of trees which are clearly missing from the scenery and could be done with putting in. It's rather unfortunate but it's just one of those consequences of building airports quickly. You're not going to get everything in, and so you just get a representation of the airport. So here I am, I'm just doing a short approach onto the runway. I'm in the default Cessna 172 within Xplane, as you can see, just coming up on the runway now. I'll be perfectly honest with you, I tried to do several approaches in a 737-800X, which is the modified 737-800, and every landing was a bad one, I have to say. For some reason I just couldn't seem to land the aircraft. I kept breaking the undercarriage, whatever, no matter what I did, no matter how I approached the runway, whether it was slow, fast, or whatever. Anyway, as you can see, it all looks very nice. TDG has done quite a good job, and you can hear the Xprealistic coming into play there with ground effect. Very nice. And as we roll out, we'll get ready to have some more video from me. And if you like TDG's rendition, then get it. See you soon.
A few moments later.
So, for those of you who don't know, I'm going away at the end of this week, and so that means there'll be no YouTube videos for the next 2 weeks or so. Have been extremely busy. I have not been able to catch up. There's so much news out there for Xplane that it's really difficult to know where to start. Let me just tell you, Xprealistic Pro by Roy Cronenfeld has had several updates since I did my review, so it's worthwhile keeping an eye on that, and if you've already got it, then make sure you get the updates because they're coming fast and furious. Next thing on the agenda is the Alabeo PA-44 Seminole aircraft, which is absolutely beautiful. It's got PBR textures, mouse wheel support now, high quality 3D model with 4K textures, custom stereo sound and a new sound engine which features 3D sound. It's absolutely beautiful aircraft. It's been really well modeled and is really well worth having a look at. Of course, in the last 2 days we've had Skymaxx Pro 4.5 has been released. There seems to be some issues for some people regarding frames, FPS, but once again, you need to stop hunting for the magical number and just settle for around about 25 to 30 frames. As long as you've got that, then Skymaxx Pro 4.5 will work perfectly fine. My suggestion is that you start off with the default settings and then move up from there, okay? Start off with the default settings and move up from there and see how that goes. You can try sky colours, you can change all the sky colours if you so wish. There's lots on there for you to have a mess around with. And the final thing that I want to really talk about, I did start to do a video, but as I say, I'm running out of time because I'm coming up to my vacation. The other thing I want to talk about is Buenos Aries version 5.0.0, or just version 5. This has been done by somebody called Sir 4714. Sir 4714. It's absolutely amazing, and the project is not Buenos Aires Airport, but the city of Buenos Aires. It is absolutely incredible. Now, there are several airports around it, but the scenery doesn't include the airport, so you have to get the airport separately. And believe me, flying around the city is absolutely stupendous. This is a real labour of love, and I think whoever SUR 4714 is, he's doing an absolutely incredible job. As I say, there is so much coming about in Xplane at the moment that is just hard to keep up. I noticed the other day something about REX, REX, which is something that used to be over on FSX and P3D. Apparently they're beginning to start work for Xplane. Now, I'm a little bit dubious about this because Rex did say they were doing something for Xplane 10. Lots of people bought it, and it was actually for Xplane 9. So I wait to see some work in progress stuff, or even, you know, some nice images. Oh, and the final thing that I want to talk about is the MD-11 that's going to be coming from Rotate. I cannot wait for this aircraft. The MD-11 was one of my favourite aircraft in the other simulator, and I'm so looking forward to this. It's going to be something like 6 months away, but at least somebody's developing it, and I really cannot wait. So that's all of it from me. I'm sorry about the length of the video, and I hope to see you all soon. In fact, I know I will when I get back from my holiday in around about 2 weeks' time. And we'll see you soon. Cheerio. Yeah.